The Battle of Dorylaeum took place on July 1st, 1097, during the First Crusade. It was one of the first major battles between the Crusaders and the Seljuk Turks and is considered a key turning point in the Crusaders' march towards Jerusalem. The First Crusade began in 1096, following Pope Urban II's call to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. By 1097, the Crusader forces had crossed into Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, after capturing Nicaea, the capital of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. After this victory, the Crusader army, numbering between 50,000 and 70,000 men, split into two groups for practical reasons: speed and supply. This decision led to the events at Dorylaeum. The Crusader army was led by prominent European nobles and military leaders, including Bohemond of Taranto, Raymond IV of Toulouse, Godfrey of Bouillon, Robert of Normandy, and others. The Crusader forces comprised knights, infantry, and non-combatants, such as civilians and clergy. The Seljuk forces were led by the Sultan of Rum, Kilij Arslan I, and his ally Hassan of Cappadocia. The Seljuk army was primarily composed of light cavalry archers, who specialized in hit-and-run tactics and long-range combat with their bows. The Crusader army, which had split into two divisions, was ambushed by the Seljuks near Dorylaeum, located in modern-day Eskişehir province in Turkey. The first division, led by Bohemond, came under a surprise attack early in the morning. Kilij Arslan's forces launched a sudden attack on Bohemond's troops, using their mobility and arrow volleys to encircle the Crusaders. The Seljuks focused on harassment and skirmishing, using their superior speed and archery skills to wear down the heavily armored Crusaders, who were vulnerable to these tactics. Bohemond and his forces quickly formed a defensive formation, creating a shield wall to protect their vulnerable positions. This defensive posture helped them withstand the Seljuk onslaught, but the Crusaders were severely outnumbered and risked being overwhelmed. The Second Crusader force, led by Godfrey of Bouillon and Raymond IV, received news of the ambush and rushed to aid Bohemond. Their arrival turned the tide of the battle. As the Second Crusader force charged into the Seljuks' flank, the Turks were caught off guard. After hours of intense fighting, the Seljuk forces, realizing they could no longer defeat the reinforced Crusaders, began to retreat. The arrival of the Second Crusader division and the sheer size of the combined army forced the Turks to withdraw from the battlefield, ensuring a decisive Crusader victory. Crusader casualties are estimated to be relatively moderate, despite the initial chaos of the ambush. The defensive tactics employed by Bohemond's forces helped limit their losses until reinforcements arrived. Seljuk casualties were substantial. The retreat of the Seljuk forces marked a significant loss in their efforts to halt the Crusader advance into Anatolia. The victory at Dorylaeum was a major morale boost for the Crusaders. It demonstrated their ability to withstand the highly mobile and deadly hit-and-run tactics of the Seljuk Turks.